I was in South Lake Tahoe, and standing in my kitchen, and I looked up in the doorway. It was in the middle of July, like kind of like this, and I looked up, and there was a fellow standing there in the doorway, and he said, "Hey, I'm your neighbor, and I just saw the most fabulous book. I mean, I got to tell people about it. It's right up there in the bookstore, right up on Highway 50." And then I didn't see him again, but it made me so curious that I put on my jean jacket and I walked 5 blocks at least. I can't remember exactly, but at least 5 blocks up to Highway 50. And I'd never walked in that town before or after. And I got up to the bookstore and I found it on the shelf. It was a second edition with white cover, and I looked inside of it, and when I saw it, I knew it was what I've been really looking for, something that would talk about these things. And so I asked the lady who had the bookstore, "How much does this cost?" And she said it cost $20. And I said, "Okay." And I went through all my pockets, and I had so many with my jeans and my jean jacket, and I found $20. Finally, I think it was in this pocket. And she said, "And $1 for tax." And so I went back through all of my pockets, and up here found $1 for tax. And that was the beginning. And it took me, honestly, 10 years of reading it over and over and over, because I was looking for discrepancies. I was looking for contradictions. I was looking for indications that this was just that there was, human intervention type of, And finally, after reading it very many times, I just had a moment where I said, "This is authentic. This is truly what it says it is."
For somebody who has not heard about the Urantia Book, what would you say? What is it? What is the Urantia Book?
I would say, I think it is a textbook. It's like a big fat textbook to us, because we've been through a lot.
When you say we've been through a lot, who is we?
Our planet and the history of living here has been difficult, but that book, it's a revelation of who we are, why we're here, what we're doing here, where we came from, and the nature of all the universe. It's a big step up, because before we thought we were just this one little planet. Now we know we're, in a local universe of 10 million inhabited planets, but we're just as important. I did take my 3 kids to the foundation, because I didn't know any human being for all that 10 years who had the book. And there I met 2 people, and they were really gracious, and they showed me that this wasn't some weird thing. I mean, and then I went home and very soon found a group of 10 people who were studying the book. So, but then I came to another point where I said, I need to learn how to take what I've learned from the book and apply it to real life. How does a person really do that, But ultimately, I found that the way to do that is simply, truly, to honestly, genuinely love people. I mean, really be here now, understanding each other as a universe child. We are all. And as we choose doing God's will, we develop or grow a soul which lasts past this life for eternity, the possibility of eternity, infinity. And I also believed that beforehand, because after my dad died, I realized for sure that his dead body there was merely the vehicle. I could sense it. I could sense his presence was living, and merely, I knew that God, this cosmic economy means that if his body goes back to the dust, then but his soul is not the same kind of thing. It doesn't dissipate into the big godly ether. He actually he's a soul, with identity. Now, since I did the workshop yesterday, which was form, pattern, form and pattern mind dominance. But the point of it is that it isn't that bodies have spirits. Spirits have bodies, and this is God's big way to have us live and start at the beginning and learn. It's evolutionary, and it's grand combination of creation and evolution, and I'm speechless.